Was Voldemort marked with the dark mark like his Death Eaters? In the wizarding world of Harry Potter, the dark mark is an unmistakable symbol of terror. It represents the very essence of dark magic and fear. From the moment we encounter it, its significance is clear. A mark of allegiance for Voldemort's chosen followers. Only the most loyal, those deemed worthy, bore the dark mark. It was both a privilege and a curse, binding the bearer to the will of the Dark Lord. But the question arises, did Voldemort himself bear the dark mark? Was the symbol of his power etched onto his own skin as it was on his followers? At first glance, it seems plausible. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, during the chilling resurrection scene in the Little Hangleton graveyard, Voldemort himself alludes to the importance of the dark mark. It is through the mark that we are connected, he declares, summoning his followers. His words suggest a shared connection, one that might imply he too bore the mark. Yet evidence points to the contrary. If Voldemort had the mark, why would he need Peter Pettigrew to summon the Death Eaters? During the same graveyard scene, Voldemort presses Pettigrew's mark, sending a burning signal to all his followers. If he had his own mark, wouldn't he have used it instead? There's another intriguing moment in the books that offers insight. In Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Harry discusses the dark mark with Hermione. The conversation reveals how the mark functions as a signal, a way for Voldemort to call his followers. Harry reflects. You know what it reminds me of? Harry said, turning to Hermione. What? She asked. The Death Eater's scars. Voldemort touches one and it burns all the others. It's a call to his followers. Yes, that's exactly what I thought of too, Hermione replied quietly. This description underscores the idea that the dark mark was a tool of power and control, a way for Voldemort to command loyalty and obedience. But it also emphasizes its purpose, a mark for followers, not the leader. Voldemort's power didn't come from bearing the mark. It came from his ability to command it. Moreover, the mark was deeply symbolic. For the Death Eaters, it was a brand of loyalty, a badge of their commitment to Voldemort's cause. But for Voldemort himself, his allegiance was to no one but his own ambitions. He didn't need a mark to prove his devotion to his ideals. He was the embodiment of them. This dynamic reinforces why Voldemort likely did not have the dark mark. To him, it was a tool of dominance, a way to control his followers, not something he would personally adopt. The mark served to bind the Death Eaters to him, not the other way around. In this way, the dark mark becomes more than just a symbol of fear. It's a reflection of Voldemort's philosophy. Others exist to serve him. Even in this small detail, we see the depths of his arrogance and belief in his superiority. He wouldn't tarnish himself with a symbol he viewed as a tool for others. Instead, he wielded it like a weapon, using it to manipulate and control. Ultimately, the absence of the mark on Voldemort serves to highlight his separation from his followers. While they were marked as his property, Voldemort was above such bonds. The dark mark symbolized loyalty and servitude, and Voldemort demanded both without needing to share in their burden. It was this detachment, this belief in his own untouchable power, that defined him and ultimately contributed to his downfall.